Hello my loves, it's me. Hi. In this video, we're going to be recreating this design. All the credits will be in the description box. I was contacted on my Facebook page and asked, how do you do this? What's the easiest way to do this design? Now, I've tried a couple of different ways. Whoa, look. We're in a lockdown. There's no excuses. Just we're in a lockdown. I don't need to say anything else, do I? I've tried it with pigments. It's messy, it's fiddly, and I kind of feel like there's a little bit less control over the product. So we're going to do it using just gel polish. Let's get started. So first, let's address the elephant in the room, which is this. No, I didn't break it, I cut it. I cut the corner with the nippers. And the reason is, I've been so busy packing crystals for you guys. And these little bags, so like, I've got the Alina ones and the new Swarovskis. And I can't get in here with long nails, so I had to cut it because I was packing so many crystals. So yeah, check them out on the website, I guess. And so that me cutting off my nail was not all in vain. It's a beautiful nail as well. These ones are still going strong. I just can't open the packages. Anyway, let's get started. Oh, and can we just say these are my natural nails? Stunning. Natural nails, just with an overlay. I'm happy. So all I'm using for this are some full coverage coffin tips off Amazon. I'm using a size 1, and I'm just going to take this knobbly, why is there always a knobbly bit? I'm going to take the knobbly bit off the tips, and I'm going to buff the nail surface with a 240 grit buffer, I think, or is it 220? Or it might be 180. I don't know. I think it's 180. I'm so not with it today. I just had to take the dog to the vets, and he had to have his nails clipped, bless him, because he's got a spinal condition, so he doesn't walk very much, so his nails are long. So I'm a little bit frazzled from watching him get stressed, so sorry. But yeah, 180 grit buffer, just rough up that surface, otherwise the gel's just gonna straight off of it. Okie dokie. So the base colours I am going to be using are Little Toto from Madam Glam. This is my go-to, and the reason is because it's a very neutral nude. It's not warm, it's not cool, it's just kind of like neutral, and it's got a tiny shimmer, which you don't have to have. I'm just going to close my blinds because look, the light's coming across, which means there's a risk of it curing my gel, and we don't want that. So please make sure you're not near any windows. I've made that mistake many times. And on this nail, I'm actually going to use a white because this is a full pigment nail or neon nail. When you're using neons, the best way to get optimum coverage and kind of vivid colour is to put a white underneath. So these three are going to have Little Toto. This one's going to have Perfect White. So let's crack on with that. Madam Glam gel polishes are cruelty-free, vegan, they're 9-free, so they're HEMA-free, and they're very, very good quality. I'm continuously impressed. Continuously impressed. I believe they've got a new launch out this month. I was going to get it, but I haven't had a chance yet. I've got to put an order in. So this one's going to be Perfect White. Little Toto is gorgeous, isn't it? Look, it's such a stunning nude. That would make a really nice bridal colour as well. Right. So Perfect White on this one. Again, a nice full coverage. It's nice to be able to do this live and not do a voiceover, but you might periodically hear Oliver making, you know, noises like kids do. Can't really tell him off for being a child. You know, that wouldn't make sense, would it? So it is what it is. Okay, so I'll do these other two the same, little Toto, and then we'll pop them in the lamp for 30 seconds. While they're curing, let's go through the neon colours I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using Madam Glam's Baby Nest, which is a stunning neon pink. So bright. These colours often distort the camera a little bit, so because they are just incredibly bright. I'm going to be using Blood Orange, which is a really rich orange, and Neon Sun, which is a stunning neon yellow, but they need that white underneath just to give them that extra pop. I'm also going to be using some gel paint as well for the detailing. Let's get these out. So they've had their first coat. I'm going to give those a second coat of Little Toto and Perfect White, and then I will be back. Okay, so this white one we're going to work on first because we don't need to do anything else to this apart from go in with our gel polish. So we're going to use Baby Nest at the cuticle. Well, this is trial and error because I haven't tried it this way, but I have done designs in the past with this. I'm also going to grab my detailer brush ready. So I'm kind of like trial and error with you as we do this, but when you know product, you just apply a bit of logic. It should work. I mean, I'm not saying I have a huge amount of logic, but you know. Okay, so if we go about there, that might be a bit too far down, we'll see. And then we'll go in with Blood Orange. So we're not curing anything yet. Got quite a bit on that brush. So I'm going to take Blood Orange down to about here and then up, and it needs to really touch on that area, otherwise there's nothing to blend. So you almost need a little bit more product on the blend area. So I'm just going to bring this gel up a little bit because it's starting to pull downwards. Now initially I'm just going to kind of rough up the area between the two and just disturb it a little bit and get a lint-free pad here to wipe my brush onto. And then I'm going to go in and do this technique that I did ages ago. Well, it's not ages ago actually. It wasn't that long ago, was it? And do that kind of side to side. It works really well. And we're agitating the gel polish really lightly and making the two colours combine, basically. It gives them quite a nice blend. Remember, the blend doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because there's artwork going on top, but you just need somewhat of a transition from one colour to the other. So getting those in. Might even be a bit too much product there. Scoop a little bit off. Okay. Keep blending, blend, 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 blend. The more you blend, the better the end result really, so depends on how much patience you've got, but it doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, we're going to be drawing over the top of it. I'm reasonably happy with that. Almost looks a bit like a sunset, doesn't it? Now let's grab our next colour, Neon Sun, and pop it at the bottom. Now I'm a bit concerned that I might have a bit too much orange there, but we'll push it back with the Neon Sun. That is bright. That is brighter than my future. Okay. I'm going to pull the two together and actually bring that Neon Sun up a little bit. And then we'll get to this blend here. And basically, as that orange goes down, we want it to get more and more into that yellow towards the end. And it doesn't matter, we don't need the bright yellow itself like completely at the end. What I would rather have is like a really light combination between that yellow and orange, so that they've really merged and almost made their own melty, yummy colour. So yeah, just pop that over. I'm going to scoop a little bit off there because I feel like there's a bit too much orange on that particular bit. I'm going to add a little bit more of the Neon Sun and just take that blend up a little bit, just to kind of lighten the base of the orange a bit more. And kind of create that kind of muted neon colour. There we go, we're getting there now, what I want to see. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's going to go in my lamp, and I'm going to do a 60-second cure because it's quite thick. So we're out of the lamp. I'm going to grab the Velvet Matte top coat and give this a nice coating, because we're going to draw over the top of it. And if I've learned anything over the years, it is that there's no point trying to do artwork on a shiny, slippery surface. It will just kind of start dispersing out and it won't sit nicely. So your best bet is to get a nice matte top coat on there and give yourself an even background to work on. That's a 30-second cure. When that comes out, we're going to be using CJP gel paint in black. It's just a thicker consistency and highly pigmented, and it's easier to work with for these detailed designs. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a long liner brush and I'm going to use my detailer brush. And let's see how we get on. How cute is that? Looks like a sunset. Okay. Now I'm probably going to get some of this and disperse it onto my palette. Just Joe Nail Addict, maybe that, shameless plug. She says she doesn't really take orders, but I think she should. You know, that's just my take on it though. I just think she should because they're really pretty. And if you've got a skill, why not turn it into a business? Okay, get that dotting tool nice and clean. Right, so first things first, we're going to do this outline. It's probably the hardest part, so let's get it over and done with. You need a long liner brush. I wouldn't even try and do it with a short brush, unless you've got a mega steady hand, I suppose. Anchor your pinky finger, take your brush at the side, lay it down, and pull it through. Okay, lay it down, pull it through. Once you've done that, then take your detailer brush and start filling in any little areas that are not quite covered. Again, always anchor your pinky. I kind of find myself holding my breath when I do these. I can still see pigment all over my nails, it's disgusting. It just won't go. Okay. Almost done. Now, I would recommend a quick flash cure of that, just in case you have a wobble and touch it. So we'll do a half cure, which is 30 seconds. Now we're just going to follow this round the outside of the entire nail. I just do a section at a time because if you turn around and touch one section, you may well find that you smudge it, and that would be really annoying. So I'm still laying that brush down, if you see what I mean. Or you could hold the brush still and rotate the tip. And then let's fill that in. Same principle, nice steady hand. Don't forget to cap the edge as well, otherwise it will look strange if you've got a luminous yellow poking through at the edge. Okay, in the lamp, 30 seconds. So we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Lay that brush down, drag it through, and then, oh, I had a wobble there, and then fill it in. Same thing, same thing. There we are, just putting that through. Nice and easy. And because you've already sealed in those other areas by giving them a flash cure, you know you're not going to turn around and smudge it halfway up your hand, which I have done. So I'm only advising you based on errors that I've made. Just square that off a little bit, that's better. And just square it off a little bit there. Right, back in the lamp. So next, we're just going to do the top. Now the top is curved, so I'm going to take my time to just kind of go with the flow of the nail. Go straight along here. Just keep releasing the brush as you go, and then you'll kind of do smaller sections and less risk of making a big boo-boo. But again, it would only be this section that you'd have to alter anyway if you made a mistake, because you've already sealed in the other sections. So I'm going to fill that in with my little brush again. Just join those two up, which is a little bit easier with a smaller brush. And just make sure that's a good consistent width all the way around. Fill in that little area there. Just join that. And join that. There we are. So we're cured. Now we need to do this branch that's coming down. So I'm going to kind of start it with my liner brush and then probably build on that. So it comes from the left corner and it comes kind of 3/4 of the way down the nail. So let's take that, anchor my pinky, take it from that corner and kind of down like that. Simple really. From then on, I'm going to be using the detailer brush, so I'm just going to clean off this one. Just pull that down, so we don't want it to cure and go funny. Right, so I'm going to make this slightly thicker, higher up, just to give it a little bit of a more aesthetically pleasing look. And it down. There we go. Now the leaves are really, really easy. I'll just flash cure this quickly. Take it to there, I'll just flash cure it quickly. If you can hear any noises, it's my dog eating her carrot. Right, so I'm going to take these leaves. Now the way to do these leaves is to gather a little bit more gel polish or gel paint towards the tip of your brush. Hold it in place here, press down and then lift off as you're dragging away. And then I'm just going to make it a little bit longer, like that. And then I'm going to fine tune the shape. Okay, so you get the rough idea of the shape from just adjusting the pressure on your brush. Press down, release as you pull through. Starts off a bit like a tadpole, and then you're just joining that in a little bit. And then pull that through to the end. Same again. Press down, pull through, and then join it. And we're going to continue to do that, and they get slightly shorter as they go, so this one probably needs to be a little bit longer there. They get slightly shorter as they go as well. Obviously you wouldn't want really long ones at the end, that would look weird. So they end up more rounded and less kind of spindly at the end as they go. Take them down a little bit more. And I don't join them either. Don't join them to the... And I wouldn't either. This nail artist didn't when she did her design. And I wouldn't either. I tend to leave them like that. And we just do the same on the other side. So you can either turn the nail and work like that, or you can choose to do it like this. So I'm going to start from... I'm going to start here, but you won't see much of it, but it's just for symmetry really. So the first one is coming off the nail, and then the second one is here, slightly coming off the nail, and so on and so forth. Just continuing the design down. It's not too hard. See how effective it is, just learning different kind of brush strokes and layering up your effects. So you've got the neon effect, then you've got the outline effect. I always find it harder working on that side of the nail. Does anyone else get that, where they find one side a little bit trickier than the other? Or is that just me? There we are. I might add another little couple here. I feel like we could sneak them in there, look. There we go. Right, that's gonna have a 60-second cure. Okay, let's grab matte top coat. I'm running really low on my matte top coat. I might have to use a different one if I can't find another bottle. Okay, wow. I mean, this would come to life with a gloss top coat as well, but we're going to use a matte. And the reason why I use a matte top coat is because there's lots of different layers. So you might have some uneven layers where when you put a matte top coat on, because it's matte, it doesn't show that uneven layer like in the light, like this does. So we're going to cure that. Now you might be able to hear the cat purring. We don't have chimpanzees, orangutans or elephants, so there won't be any more odd noises, but I do have a husband and he can make some really funny noises at times, so, and kids. Anyway, this nail's finished. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So let's crack on with the other designs. So this is the easiest out of the four. Now we're going to look at how they've broken it down to do it in the other way. And honestly, once you do it, it will make complete sense. So let's get cracking. So on this nail, this is going to be the first nail of the design. What we've got is a linear going straight down, ombre. And then once that's done, we'll build up the edge of the design and then the boxes and the plants. So we'll do it in stages. Okay, so first things first, we need to lighten that area where the central ombre is going to be. So I'm just going to take some white gel polish, but first I'm going to apply a layer of matte top coat on here because it's really, really hard to paint an art type design when you're doing it on a shiny surface. Even though that shiny surface is a bit sticky, you won't get that crispness. My matte top coat is coming to the end. It's really annoying. I think I've got another bottle though, so I'm going to have a quick look while this is curing in the light and see, because I normally have a couple on the go because I'm just greedy like that. So let's give that a nice covering. I can still hear the cat. Okay, in the lamp. I found my new one. I'm happy. So drag through, drag through. So we've got that nice grippy matte surface to work on now. Now if I don't feel like I'm getting enough coverage with the gel polish, I will use a gel paint. So I want my line to start about here. So I'm just going to lay my brush down and drag it down the nail. I don't have like the world's steadiest hands, but you know, could be worse. Quickly flash cure that into place. Let's get this filled in. Right, so now I'm going to cap this. I'm not going to cap it. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. I'm going to cure this. I'm going to be doing a lot of this with the detailer brush again. It's just a lot easier to control. And then go in with the orange and start, and it doesn't have to be in a line, remember, because we've learnt that like if you do it in a line it never looks like a good ombre. It always looks too uniformed. Let's get these two blending a little bit. This is a little bit harder to ombre, I think, this way round. I could turn it on its side and just kind of do it like this and then tidy up around the edges in a minute with a micro swab. Or if you're Nigella Lawson, a micro swabe. So let's grab the yellow. Oh, I love this, it's so bright. It's just insane. I will always be in awe of the fact that we can literally have our nails these amazing colours. It just, oh, And then we just diffuse that look as we go down, like so. And then we'll give it a little sideways swooshy swooshy. Again, I'm not too worried if I go over the edges. I'll just clean it up in a minute. And then I'm going to tidy up the edges. So I'm going to use these tiny little micro swabs with a dash of isopropyl alcohol on the end. Right, now we need a matte top coat. Okay, so that's been outlined, and then I'm just going to finish curing it in my lamp, and then we're going to get on with the rest of it. Okay. So let's do the boxes first. So we've got a bigger box and then a smaller box inside. The bigger box comes to about there. So let's do that first. I'm going to use my long liner brush. You don't have to use the whole length of it. I just feel like it gives you more stability because you're leaning, aren't you? I don't want that ball at the end of the brush. So I think we go from about here. Now what I'll do is flash cure it and then fill it in with my detailer brush.
What you staring at, you looking dumb. No, I don't ever hold my tongue. I will never be what you expect. Maybe you need to get your eyes checked. I don't care if you think...
Right, now then, we're going to do our foliage. So I'm going to use my liner brush just to map it, and then I'll use the detailer brush to actually finish it off. So the first one comes here and comes across at kind of like a nice swooshy angle. So I'll take that down and I'll kind of just swoosh with it. I actually find it a bit harder to swoosh with a long liner because they're not as flexible as a shorter brush. Okay, and then I'm going to take one from here, and we're going to end sort of in the orange area. So they're coming across and then okay.
What you staring at, you looking dumb. No, I don't ever hold my tongue. I will never be what you expect. Maybe you need to get your eyes checked.
Doesn't look like much at the moment, but trust me.
cause you can't call my bluff. I don't care if you think I'm a clown. I don't care cause you can't pin me down. You can't pin me down. I'm everything you can't define. I'm always gonna cross a line, and I can't help it. You can't pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me. You can't pin me down. Can't pin me down.
Could always use a dotting tool, I suppose, if you wanted to do that at the base of the leaves.
1, 2, 3, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. 1, 2, 3, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. I don't have any favorite, just give me any kind. Even if it hurts a bit, I think I will be fine. 24/7, all I do is procrastinate.
Right, let's get a matte top coat on this, and then you'll really see it kind of come to life as a design. You see, when there's all these elements in it, if you have a little bit of imperfection, say on your ombre blend, it's not really a huge biggie. It looks quite cute as a gloss, but then when the light shines on it, you can see obviously where you've painted, so it's uneven. So let's cure that for 30 seconds, and then we'll be moving on to the next nail. And we are going to need a layer of matte top coat on him first as well before we paint. So let's get that on, and then he can go in the lamp. Lovely. Okay, look at that. I think we are looking pretty good on that. So next up, we have the nail where the middle is white and it's actually outlined with the black, which is going to really make it pop.
Addiction. 24/7, all I do is procrastinate, procrastinate. My lesson. 24/7, all I do is procrastinate, procrastinate. Perfection. 1, 2, 3, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip.
When I think about yesterday, my oh my, my oh my, a kiss, and so I did.
Right, so that's that bit done. We're going to go over with matte top coat again. Can you hear the dog snoring now? Honestly, we've got it all going on. He's really snoring, bless him. Okay. I wouldn't have liked to have tried to do it on myself. Look how sparkly my crystals still are, even though the nails are pretty bashed up. Beautiful, aren't they? These are my Alina, my own brand. They're lush. They're gorgeous. So let's get the edging done. And also I will outline that central part as well. So we need to outline this area, obviously, which will really kind of give it a bit more pop as well. I sort of use a combination between rotating the nail and moving the brush. Seems to work quite well. I just need to fill it in a little bit there. Oops, my thumb got in the way. There we go. Same on this side. Okay. I'll pop that in the lamp for a quick 30 seconds. You're done. Let's do our short lines either side and take it about a third of the way and just drag it back. So much easier with a shorter brush to do these little lines, I think. Like so. And then on the opposite side we're doing the same thing, so about here. Dragging down. Super simple. Okie dokie. So this particular nail has two branches coming off. One is sort of this way and the other is that way.
We're good, we never left the ground, but we need to take some weight off our shoulders. The fight isn't over. Can you let me be tonight? I will need some time alone, not forever, but when we're together, it feels like my spark's been left in the dark sometimes. Cause when I'm with you, it's just like an airwave, better than a band-aid. This could be love, not sure, but I'm probably right. When you're around, I can say what I wanna say. So hard to concentrate. This is all that I need and more. Perfectly safe and sure.
Right, so this one is now ready for top coat as well. Super cool. Let's give them a 30-second cure. So this last nail is similar to the first nail, just the other way around, I guess. So first of all, we'll do the box, which is up in the top corner. I'm going to take it to about here, and then take it straight up. I'll just use my detailer brush to kind of fill it in a bit.
I'll be with you always. I will stay with my common sense.
let's get in with the velvet matte top coat, and we shall be ready to rock and roll. 30-second cure, and then let's do the reveal.